Yes, brothers and sisters, lovers, haters, boys, girls and vibrations, I hope everybody's well. Hope everyone's having a nice day. Now this is a little follow-on from the video that my brother Paul Venice made about what might or might not happen in a fight between him and Lee Duffy. Now, I couldn't possibly comment on that particular duel because I didn't know Lee, but I do know Paul. And in my opinion, it's going to take more than a good street fighter to beat Paul because of the training that he has had in multiple disciplines, the skill set that is acquired over many years of professional combat, the power, the chin, the heart. You know, it's going to take more than a very good street fighter to beat Paul. Now, moving on, the point of this video is trained fighters versus untrained fighters. Now, size is always a factor, but let's use a rule of thumb. And let's say you've got two people, the same stamp. One of them's had training in a certain discipline, martial arts or combat, wrestling, boxing, and you put them in a fight. My money is always going to be on the person who has had the training. I've seen it out there in the real world many, many times over. You know, the thing about training is you're doing things at a high level of repetition. You're doing things over and over and over. I've done certain combinations and certain punches hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of times in a camp. And once you've achieved that high level of repetition, it becomes hardwired into your instincts. You see, do you think when you see some professional fighter do something really smart and flash, like a slip and rip or a certain sequence or a certain combination, do you think that fighter's thinking a couple of seconds before or a second before, right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to throw this? It doesn't work like that. It happens instinctively, impulsively and automatically through training. Yes. Now, that doesn't mean that there isn't certain physical specimens out there who've picked up certain skills along the way in real life situations, maybe dozens and dozens of street fights, you know, and what's worked for them continues to work for them. It might be a combination of just general speed, power, chin, heart, or just brute strength and aggressiveness. There's plenty of those people out there who are untrained, who are very dangerous in a fight. However, let's say you get two people who are both physically equal. Then you take one of them and put them in 6 months of jiu-jitsu classes. Then after that, you put him in a boxing gym for 6 months. Then you bring these people back together and put them in a fight. What do you think's going to happen? You know, common sense should tell you exactly what's going to happen. Of course, anything can happen in a fight. I appreciate that. But my opinion, and I'll always stand by this, if you take two people and put them together in a fight of similar stamp, one's trained, one's untrained, my money will always be on the person who's had the training, because it takes over, as I've said, instinctively and impulsively, and it just happens there and then in a split second, you know. But like I say, it's a fight and anything can happen, but my money will always be on the trained fighter over the untrained fighter. Thank you for listening, everybody. Bye-bye for now.